Hey everybody, Sandy here. I have a 20-ounce tumbler and I can't tell you where I got it from. Not because it's a secret, but because I can't remember. I've had it, but I have sanded and spray painted it, and I am going to be doing, as you saw in the picture, I'm going to be doing a baseball themed tumbler. Now I've already sprayed my chip brush here that I'm going to use for the wood grain side for the bat. I've already sprayed it with 91% alcohol just to get it moving because it's got ink in it already. What we're going to use today is Tim Holtz Butterscotch. And we're going to start with that and see where we go. Now, the trick is going to be to get it on here without it running over to the white side because of this seam here. So, that's going to be a trick. I can't guarantee I'm going to be able to deliver on that, but we're just going to get some color on here. And it doesn't matter which side. I put the tape on here. I don't bother to measure it or to do any great figuring or whatever. I just kind of eyeball it and throw it on there. I'm taking mainly what's inside of this brush already to just put on the wood grain. And I am out of position here. I need to get a little bit closer. There we go. There we go. There we go. And come on, go on there. Once I get this on here, it doesn't even matter how it looks going on, because once I get it on here, I'm going to go over it and wipe it off, because I want the underside to be this color, but then I want to be able to put my brush strokes in there to make it more like a bat. So this is just an exercise of getting it on there and hoping that it doesn't go to the other side. I did try to make sure that my tape was on there good and tight for this part. And I'm just going to spray that because I know there's plenty of ink in it to be able to get it on here and get it moved around a little bit. Like I said, I want it to be very light at the base of my design. So hopefully I'm not going out of frame here. And as you can see, I'm not being very particular about how it goes on. I'm just getting it on here, and like I said, I'll wipe it off. Where I've got a little extra ink, I'll just borrow it from there. My concern is to keep it from running that way. There, now I need to look at it this way. Make sure that I've gotten into that seam, into the crack. And I will do half the bottom. And that'll push over there more when I wet the paper towel to put more on there. Now this will have to be touched up. Whoops, sorry, I'll have to touch up the bottom a little better to kind of get it going across there, because I'm going to have to kind of dip in. But I think I might be able to do that with the paper towel as I wipe it down too. Okay, there's some on there. Now, move that out of the way and be still. I'm going to spray my alcohol onto this paper towel, and I'm going to saturate it pretty good because I want to be able to move that ink around. And I'm going to do this. There. And that also helps to pull the striations through that we'll be following as well. And it's not perfectly cleaned off, and because I don't want it to be. Now I want to just barely clean up that little bit of a ridge that's in there. The crack, the seam, the ridge, whatever it is. Okay. All right, not bad. Not too bad. Okay. And if we do get any bleed that goes under the tape, which we know that a lot of times with painter's tape it does bleed through, I'll just go in and touch that up afterward. Okay, that looks good to me. So now we're going to use the same color. I'm going to try not to throw everything on the floor here. We're going to use the same color, and we're going to put our grain in there. It sounds like someone just got home, so we may have a short interruption. Come in. Husband. Don't tell the boyfriend. Now to do the tricky part. To put it on here and not have it run. I will let this dry and we will be back. Now my lacing comes on a a roll like this. And it'll go on here, but what I'm thinking that I'm going to do is about where the middle, the black part is, which is the seam, I am going to darken that a little bit because I want it to look like it's on a ball, you know, how it kind of comes up like that on a ball. So I'm going to get my black ink. Here's my black ink. It's a Pinata Mantilla Black. And I'm going to use a cotton swab. And I'm just going to shadow it in as best I can, you know, based on the width of my laces here. And I want the holes for the laces to land on this part right here. So I need to figure out, and I think I'm going to guide myself through that by placing this down here. I know it's upside down, but I just want to have a basic idea of where that shadowing should fall. And I'm going to go by sight, so if I bugger it up, well, I do. That's it. I'm going to put a little bit of, I know this is off camera, but I'm going to put a couple, 3 drops of alcohol, my rubbing alcohol, onto my cotton swab. I'm going to clean it off a little bit on my paper towel, and I'm just going to the inside of this cap. That's about all I want. And I'm going to smear it on to my cup. I just want it to be a shadow. So I'm hoping I can get enough out of this cap to do that. Now I'll be able to lighten that. Just about like that. Okay, we're gonna pull this off, follow it down, and down, bottom. I know you can't see this, but I don't want to pick it up to do it. All right, let's save this over here. Now I'm going to take, I was going to use a swab, but I think I'll have better control if I use a coffee filter or a piece of a coffee filter. I'm just going to tear this one up and put a little tiny bit of rubbing alcohol on it and see if I can't smudge that in. Well, I guess I'm going to have to put a little bit more than a tiny bit. Okay, dab it off on my hand here. Yeah. There, that's allowing me to do that. And now, if I am correct, sorry, I've got to concentrate. There. back inside of the cap again. We will be back. We're ready to put our epoxy on. I have approximately 15 milliliters mixed up here, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. We will be back after this has run its course. Stay tuned.